Hey guys, I wanted to come on today and talk about a subject that I'm actually going to be speaking about in a lot more detail in May's training in the Success Priestess Inner Circle. But I wanted to kind of do a little, mini version of it in here because it's something really big that's coming up for a lot of people right now. And it's taking consistent, aligned action even when things are really not feeling like they're going right for you, or your energy doesn't feel like it's, in the right place, or you don't feel like it, really when you don't feel like it. So recently, with the energy being really intense, and I think I don't even know what's going on with the planets. There's a lot of planets in retrograde and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Sydney says it's been on her mind lately. So this has been big for a lot of people. And what I want to share with you guys is that things like this are going to happen, right? You're going to have times where, the energy feels intense, or you feel stuck, or, something happens in your life. And you're going to, if you really want to be successful in your business, which I know a lot of you guys do, you're going to have to figure out a way to stay in consistent action anyways. And it's not really about force. So what I want to say is the first thing to do is, if you notice that you're, really feeling overwhelmed. These are all the kind of things that kind of come up then, like you feel overwhelmed, or all of a sudden you're having issues with something or with people, or, drama kind of comes in around this time. It is important to do the inner work. And, for me, I really do like doing EFT, not with the scripts, but, just doing the tapping and speaking through it and releasing those emotions, because you want to get to, what is being triggered in you. The planets and the energy, they are what they are. But what I've noticed is, the more that I've done this work and the more that I've, released it, things still definitely go wrong in my life. Like, as I shared with you guys, I had some, drama with a client this month, but it's over fast and I move forward, and it doesn't really impact me. It doesn't stop me from hitting my goals. I sell just as much in Mercury retrograde as I do, at other times, or, over Christmas. So the first thing is to really take responsibility for where you're giving your power away, where you're, believing that, if you're moving houses, you can't do this, or, there's a lot of excuses. So the first thing you want to do to get, is you got to be honest, right? You have to be, rigorously honest with yourself. And hey, sometimes, I still make excuses. I still go into victim mode. And it's really just about, sorry, I'm getting messages through. It's really just about, understanding that basically, you have to be real with yourself in order to move forward. So the first thing is to say, where am I making excuses? Where am I playing small? Like, what's coming up? Do the tapping around it. But then no matter what the drama was or whatever, like, really try to feel into, what's creating it so you can release it. But move forward, move forward from things. Cut energetic ties with things that aren't serving you. And that's going to be a really, really important thing when you feel stuck or something doesn't go your way. One of the most important things as an entrepreneur that you can have to stay successful and to be consistently successful is to be resilient. So I'm going to tell you that, out of all the things that I do or put out in the world, a lot of them don't work. A lot of them fail. And the way that I look at it is, I'll try something one way that, and I'll give it enough chances, but then I'll just shift. I've let go of programs that weren't, people weren't purchasing. I don't just do that. The one thing you want to watch out for is quitting too early. You want to stick things out, but if something's not working, it doesn't mean you really failed. It just means, there's something better out there that would work differently. So it's being able to adjust. So if it's the way, you're delivering a program that's causing something not to work, or if it's the way that you're promoting something, shift it. Be open to be fluid, be open to, not being so rigid on your expectations of how things should turn out. Set income goals for quarters and for months, but don't get so rigidly attached to the outcome that focus is not letting you see, so to speak, the forest for the trees. Because you always want to be looking at the big picture, right? You always want to be looking at, is this in the highest good, so that you are really actually able to serve at your highest level, so that you're on purpose. So sometimes when you're letting go of one thing and you're bringing other things in, your income could go down shortly and then, really raise. So it's really letting go of thinking that things should be a certain way, or that, there's a right and a wrong way to really do things, because there's not. But what happens to most people when, things get tough, or, they feel like the energy is intense, or some, big life change happens, is they tend to pull back and get stuck. So if you find that you've gotten that space where you've lost momentum, you're kind of stuck, you're not showing up as much, the first thing to do is not to beat yourself up about it, because that's going to keep you more stuck. but to just, obviously own it and then really get into a plan of really quick action. So the best way to get unstuck is to get into action immediately, not to overthink things, 'cause that's usually when we're stuck, we're in that place of overthinking, but to figure out like 3 aligned actions you can take that very first day to get you back on track, and then take them. Even if you don't feel like it, even if you are a little nervous about it, even if, other things aren't perfect, just do it. So whether, and basically if you're trying to, get back on track with your business and you have an online business, you need to get out there, share your message again. You need to be making offers. You need to keep showing up no matter what's going on in your life. I'm not saying you can't take a week away or anything like that. That's okay. But as a whole, depending on what stage you're at in your business, what happens to a lot of people is they pull back and they just all of a sudden are not able to move forward. So I'm actually going to go a lot deeper into this topic and really unpack the ways energetically that you can shift this, and some of the mindset practices that I myself have used to move through this in the next Inner Circle live training. And I also want to let you guys know, because that program, the Inner Circle, which is my membership site, is probably the most undervalued program in the world. I'm in there a lot. I do a lot of coaching threads. It's a smaller group, so you always are get tagged and get to know when I'm on and when I'm in the group. There's a monthly coaching call where you can come on and ask Q&As and connect with me and receive some laser coaching. And there's a monthly masterclass. So we've covered how to make more money quickly in your business. We are covering how to take aligned action even when you don't feel like it, or when things aren't really feeling that great for you. That's this month. Last month I really shared all the things that you need to have in place to hit 10K months, 15K months and beyond. We're going to be discussing client really aligned inner and outer strategies to consistent client attraction, and so much more. I'm also going to teach how to do goal setting in a way that actually works and doesn't leave you falling short of your goals every single month, which happens to so many of us, and even happened to me before I figured out the way to set goals that really does work for spiritual entrepreneurs. So I just wanted to really share it with you, because the price of it is almost doubling. So right now the Inner Circle, and I'm actually going to leave a link in the comments, because there's some amazing bonuses for the next 4 people who come into Lifetime. Actually get an entire one-on-one session with me, a 1 hour, which is valued at $1,000. That's how much I charged for an hour session when I was doing them. And the actual Lifetime program is less than that. It's only $9.99, and you get access to it for a lifetime along with that session. For yearly, it's an incredible deal right now. It's $3.99, and you get a 20-minute session with me valued at $350. That is going up to $4.99 next month. Lifetime is going up as well. I'm not sure what the price point on that one will be, but the monthly is going from $55 a month to $97 a month, which is still, it's almost $600 in value per month. So, and that's without any of these bonuses. So it's still, even at the very lowest, at the $97 price point, it's still really, really undervalued. But I wanted you guys to have an opportunity to get in at these, current rates. And I know I haven't promoted it that much, so I really wanted to kind of let you know what the vibe in there is really awesome. The ladies in there are getting amazing results. You guys probably already know me, but I really do show up for them, and it matters to me, and I give 100% to that program like I would to any other program. And it's at the lowest price point, entry point, to work with me, because all of my one-on-one programs and masterminds start right around $4,000 to $5,000 a month, and this one is much, much lower than that, and allows you to come in and work with me and experience, a high level coaching and high level strategy, and even, obviously my psychic wisdom as well, at like a ridiculously low price. So I wanted you guys to have an opportunity to get in. There is 4 spaces for Lifetime to get the 1 hour session, and there are 4 spaces for the annual to get the 20-minute session. So I'm going to put the link in right now. Let me go ahead and go in the group really fast. Do that, and then if you guys have any questions about it, just go ahead and tag me and ask me about that as well. And I'm going to actually come on for a little psychic biz coaching in a second. I'll have about 15 minutes to do that. So I'm going to put this in the comments, so just go ahead and look in the comments and you'll see it once it's posted. And I will see you guys in a minute for psychic biz coaching. Love you all. Bye.